Taking time for your health. The African American Wellness Watch. Trusted information for us, by us. Dr. Mike Lenore and other experts from around the country and around the world have the latest on how you and your family can get healthy and stay well. It's time for the African American Wellness Watch. Welcome to the African American Wellness Watch. I'm your host, George Strait. Dr. Mike has got the day off. 2024 is usually a time when, actually the beginning of any year is usually the time when we make resolutions and decide to do something special for ourselves, including developing a real habit for how to exercise. All of us are concerned about our health. All of us know that exercise is good for you. But if you haven't done it for an awful long period of time, if it's not a regular thing, a regular part of your life, developing the kinds of habits that you can actually use so that you can be successful is something that I think is important. And we've got the perfect person to sort of help us with that, and that's Leon. Leon B is a personal trainer, and he's been in the fitness business for more than 15 years. Clearly, he's very fit. All you have to do is take a look at him. Leon, so if we want to develop good fitness habits, something that is scalable, something that we can do every day, every week, and not feel bad if we miss a few, what are some of the best tips that you have for developing a good fitness habit?
Yes, well, I have kind of like 7 different kind of tips that people can do to start to just develop that habit and get going. And it's very simple. And starting with number 1 is writing down kind of like what your goals are. It can be anything. And what I tell people is whatever you can imagine and you can do. But in writing that down, you want to be specific with your goals, whether it be lose a certain amount of weight, whether it be, doing a certain event, write that down. But then also when you write that down, write down one actionable step. I don't like to say necessarily realistic, but I like to say actionable, something that you'll be able to do to achieve that goal. And it could just be one thing, even though it might be a plethora of things that you can do. So when you write down the goal, be specific, and then write down one actionable step that you can take.
Can you give us an example of what that might look like?
So if your goal may be 10,000 steps a day, or try to do that 3 times a week, that could be from somebody coming from a sedentary background. That can be a lot to do. So I would say if that's the goal, right next to it, say an actionable step could be set a timer of when you're a specific time, maybe 3 days a week, that you're going to actually go for your walk. So you can say, okay, I can make a note in my phone and also set the timer. And this is the time that I have 10 minutes or 30 minutes to do my walk. So that's how you can definitely do that. And I would say number 2, with setting those goals, keep it simple. A lot of times we feel as though we may need to go to a gym or, do something, get, special equipment in the house to get these goals done. But a lot of times our greatest workout equipment is ourselves. And I'm going to keep hitting on walking, because if you can move in that way, or that's probably the quickest thing that can get people started and get people moving. But if walking it may be a little tough, maybe you start with like 10 minutes of chair exercises. And on YouTube, I would say YouTube can be one of your greatest assets, in which you can type in chair exercises or a 5-minute stretch routine, so allow those tools and things to help you, but keep it simple. Your body is your greatest asset, and then use that. And then what that does is, once you start with the simple aspects, you can start to build on that momentum. So we're trying to, from the beginning, is just create the habit, right? So the third thing is mindset. Think of your movement as medicine. If you understand that it's more than just, for vanity or that's part of the side effects. And once you work out, you start getting into that routine, you're going to start looking good. Okay. But a lot of people don't understand that movement has great effects on your mind. Once you start moving, you start to, your body starts to release dopamine, serotonin, these things that allow you to feel good, but then also helps with your sleep cycle and helps to just those feel good endorphins, feel good hormones that we're in search of daily. And that's one way that we can use our physical bodies to do it, So God doesn't just want you to suffer through the workout. He wants you to also get those good chemicals running through your body as well.
That endorphin high is a pretty cool thing, actually.
Yes. And most of the time what happens is when you're in the workout, you don't really feel it. But then those 20, 30 minutes after, not only do you're like, oh, I did that workout, but then you get that calm feeling. You're breathing a little more freely and easily, but you have to earn it,
And that's sort of the good kind of habit forming drug, right?
Yes, correct. So once people get in the mindset of, because we know seasonal depression, different things like that, movement is the secret hack to get through those times. Another way that you can stay consistent too and stay on track is find different fitness groups. I know I'm in DC, but I know in a lot of different cities, there are pushes by the government and different local gyms that you can go to where they have fitness groups, people walk groups, bike groups, workout groups that are also you can find them that are free too. So getting with a group of people, those like-minded people it will help you to stay consistent, because you always find people that you kind of connect with, and they're going to contact you and different things like that.
I guess that's really important for age groups as well. Because
yes.
if you're 60, you're setting yourself up for failure if your group is with a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, but also that can also be a motivator too. I know in our run group, District Run Collective in DC, we've had a number of many different age groups join, and people. Actually, one of my clients this year, she turned 60, and she also ran a marathon. This was her first time. She had never run a marathon before. She had been running with the run group for probably about like a year or so. And she's, saw other people reaching those goals, and she got inspired. So that's why I say, like, set those limits, but then they have groups where all different age groups. So jump in with a group, because that's another way that you use other people's energy to help yourself out. And in addition to that, number 5 is like find different fitness events that you can go to. I know on the weekends and different things like that, they'll have like different fitness activations in certain cities where you may get a free water bottle, you may get a free mat, but do those different things that make fitness exciting and get you out and about, and you can see different areas of your city. You can meet different people, and just that's a great way to keep this excitement going, is going to these activations. Because I know in DC there, it's like I said, it's a big push. So our local governments and things of that nature are putting money behind getting people out and getting them moving. And if it's not happening in your community, maybe it's something that you start to bring up to those people that are in those levels, to start putting some effort and money behind helping our community stay healthy.
I think we've got time for one more.
Yes, one more. And I would say, if you can, the ultimate thing to jumpstart, find a professional that you can work with, even if it's for a month, 2 weeks, something like that, where you can gain some knowledge and they can kind of guide you along the way, to help, like I said, the progressive buildup of your program. And, they can definitely put you in the right position, and then different things the right way, and keeping yourself safe, and use the resources that you have around you. So that would be those are definitely my tips to getting started and then staying consistent.
So for our artists, I'll go over them again. Set realistic goals.
Yes.
Use the KISS method. Keep it simple.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Have the right mindset, because medicine really is exercise can be medicine.
Correct.
Find different groups to train with, and make sure that it's the appropriate group for you. I really love this fitness events because it's a cultural thing, right?
Yes.
Especially us. We like to be around other people like us. And there are a lot of these fitness events up there that can support you and keep you excited. And lastly, find a professional, at least, to be able to sort of begin this whole process to develop the right kind of exercise habits. Right? Correct.
That's you hitting that right the nail on the head.
All right, man. Lam, thanks so much. You're always a joy to talk to, and
yes, sir.
A joy to our audience. And our artists get a lot more information on our website, aawellnessproject.org. That's aawellnessproject.org. Again, have a wonderful 2024, and let's all commit to stay fit. Thanks.
Thanks, George. Appreciate you.